piece just got a brand new update, and this one actually adds some really important stuff. So in this video I am going to go over the main things you need to know, what looks the most important, and what you should probably focus on first after getting in-game. First of all, the biggest thing most people are probably going to care about right away is the new melee, Moonslayer. Anytime we get a brand new melee in Sailor Piece, that is automatically one of the main highlights of the update, because people always want to know if it is actually strong, if it is worth farming, and how it compares to the current best stuff in the game. So right away, Moonslayer is definitely one of the main reasons to log in and start grinding this update. But besides that, we also got a brand new boss located on Boss Island. And that is another really important part of the patch, because new bosses usually mean new materials, new rewards, and another grind players are going to be spending a lot of time on. And honestly, if the new boss is tied to the new melee, new title, new accessory, or any of the other new items, then this is probably going to be one of the first things you want to check after getting in. We also got a brand new power system located on Lawless Island. And this is probably one of the most interesting parts of the whole update, because a new system usually means a whole new layer of progression, not just one item or one boss. So even if the melee is the flashy part people notice first, the new power system might end up being one of the biggest long-term features in the update, depending on how strong it is and how much it affects builds. And since it is on Lawless Island, that already tells you a lot of players are probably going to be spending even more time there now. On top of that, we also got 2 new ascensions. And that is actually huge because ascensions are always tied to progression. And getting more of them means more goals to work toward if you are already in the later stages of the game. So this update is not only adding 1 or 2 cool things, it is also giving endgame and mid-game players more progression again, which is always a good sign. We also got new items, which could end up being really important depending on what they are used for. And we got a new mythical spec passive, which is honestly another big deal, because mythical passives are the type of thing that can completely change how good a build feels. So I would definitely not ignore that part of the update either, because if the new mythical passive is actually strong, then that could become one of the most valuable things added in this patch. We also got a new clan, a new accessory, a new title, and a new aura. And that gives the update a lot more value overall, because now there is more to farm, more to test, and more things that can affect both your power and your account progression. A new clan is always worth checking, because it might end up being top tier, or at least very good for a specific type of build. A new accessory could also be huge depending on the stats it gives. And titles and auras always matter too, because even if one of them is more cosmetic, they are still part of what makes an update feel bigger and more complete. Then on the quality of life side, we also got a lot of useful changes. The teleport user interface was changed and improved, and now each island has icons for the features it has, so you can teleport more easily and even hover over the icons to see what they are. That is honestly a really nice change, because little things like that make the game feel much smoother, especially when you are jumping between different islands all the time. We also got a new user interface for each spec, and when you equip one, it now shows at the bottom right. You can disable it in settings if you do not like it, and you can also enable the old classic cooldown user interface if you want. That is actually a really good quality of life change, because it gives players more control over how they want the game to look while fighting. Event accessories also no longer need copies anymore, which is honestly a very nice change and probably one a lot of people are going to appreciate, because that makes those accessory grinds feel way less annoying. Trade user interface also got improved a bit, and now has a trade log, which is a really solid addition. There is also a new setting for tower, where you can reset tower whenever you want at any floor, but only if you are solo. And that is actually very nice for anyone grinding tower who does not want to be stuck in a run. They do not want to continue. They also added a start button to portals, did some small optimizations, and more. So overall, even the quality of life side of the update looks pretty strong. And before we finish, we also got 7 new codes, so make sure to redeem all of them as soon as possible. The first code is C2 Next Update. The second code is Moon Update. The third code is Kai for 115k follow. The fourth code is Biggest Update Next. The fifth code is the huge 500 KCCU. The sixth code is Kai for 515 KCCU. And the 7th code is insane 530k CCU TISM. So definitely do not miss those, because free rewards are always one of the easiest ways to boost your progress right after a big update. So if you want my honest opinion on what to focus on first, I would say start by checking the new Moonslayer melee and the new boss on Boss Island, because those are clearly some of the main headline parts of the update. After that, I would definitely move to Lawless Island and look into the new power system, because that could easily end up being one of the most important progression features added in this patch. Then after that, I would check the new mythical spec passive, the new clan, and the new accessory, because any of those could end up being really strong depending on how they work. And if you are already more into endgame progression, then the 2 new ascensions are also going to be a very important thing to work toward. So overall, this Sailor Piece update actually looks really solid. We got a new melee, a new boss, a whole new power system, more ascensions, new items, a mythical passive, a new clan, a new accessory, a new title, a new aura, and also a lot of quality of life changes that should make the game feel smoother overall. So this definitely feels like one of those updates where there is actually a lot to check instead of only one feature carrying the whole patch. You looking for an app that let you grind 24/7 in Roblox and any other games like Grow a Garden, Steal a Raindrop, Lord 9, and many more? Introducing UG Phone, your powerful Android in the cloud. No LAN, no storage limit, always online. Run multiple accounts and grind 24/7. Keep farming even when your real phone is off. Starting today, try UG Phone free and upgrade anytime. Visit my link to get free access to UG Phone and try it now.